So here we are, deep in the outback. We're on the Birdsville track, one of Australia's must-do bush tracks. Maree is a few k's that way. Mungarani is about 150 k's that way. We're on our way to the Birdsville races. We're driving BT-50s, dodging emus, kangaroos, flies. There's a lot of them. And who knows, we might even have a little bit of luck with a few slide bets at the races. Let's see how we go. We're driving GT spec dual cabs, which are at the top of the BT-50 4x4 model range. Our vehicle has a few Mazda genuine accessories, including a bull bar and a snorkel, added on just for this trip, but otherwise it is showroom standard. There's nothing new in this BT-50 range beyond the Alpine entertainment unit, but Mazda reckons it's as good a time as any to give their ute another solid test out in the bush. And what better test than on the Birdsville track? More than 500 kilometres of dirt and gravel, potholes, corrugations and searing heat. Top stuff. Now while you're enjoying the scenery, let me refresh your memory with a few key BT-50 specs. It's a 5-seater, the engine is a 3.2 litre 5-cylinder turbo diesel, the automatic transmission is a 6-speed unit, there is a 6-speed manual option. The BT-50 has an 80 litre fuel tank. The GT spec includes leather seats, 8-inch coloured touchscreen media unit, and so much more I'll lose my voice telling you about it all, so I'll stop right there. Ride handling and driver feel are right up there with the best of the new generation of dual cabs, and the BT-50 really is so car-like, even in these sometimes very ordinary conditions on the Birdsville track, that you actually forget you're driving a ute. Sure, it's smooth sailing in this BT-50, but there is a way to make a bush trip in any vehicle even more fun and safer. Tyre pressures are absolutely crucial to having an enjoyable, stress-free off-roading trip. If you get your tyre pressures right, you'll be able to tackle any surface with little to no worries. Now, it's different for gravel, sand, mud, rocks, beach sand, that sort of thing. There's no hard and fast rule, there's no black magic. You'll have to test and find out what works best for your vehicle and the load and how many passengers you have. But I'm telling you, if you get it right, it's going to go a long way to making your trip that much more enjoyable. We're running about 28 psi, that's pounds per square inch in our tyres, and that seems about right for current conditions because lucky for us, the track, Birdsville track, is in pretty good shape. I've seen it a lot worse. So we're about 50 kilometres outside of Birdsville on our way to the races. It's the Friday night before Saturday's races, which we're going to. The Birdsville track's been almost perfect. There have been a few tricky patches, a few potholes here and there, but nothing too serious. We've had no trouble with the BT-50s, no damage, no mechanical repairs. So cross fingers, hopefully we'll have a bit of luck at the races as well. We're about to go off for a sly beer as soon as we hit town. For about just under half of its length, Birdsville track runs parallel-ish to the eastern edge of the Simpson Desert. Before we head to camp for the night, we're keen to drive the Simpsons' biggest sand dune, the 40-metre high, aptly named Big Red, about 30 k's west of Birdsville. With tyre pressures dropped, we're able to amble up and down this dune, but forgive us, we get carried away by the cameras and the crowd on one run and decide to go a little harder than necessary. Now you can't come to Birdsville without giving Big Red a nudge. So the idea is steady, constant throttle, keep it up to it, don't let the corrugations bleed too much speed, and get the hell over the dune. And that is Big Red. After tackling that crimson-coloured sandy monster, we return to Birdsville for a quiet beer. No chance, absolutely no chance, because Birdsville's population of about 280 people has swollen to more than 7,000 for the annual race weekend. This usually sleepy bush town comes alive with a real sense of fun and vibrancy, and it's overrun by more than a few colourful characters. So here we are, it's race day Saturday in Birdsville. There are about, I don't know, 5,000 people here putting their money down, ready for a huge day. It's hot, the beer is ice cold, but what an awesome end to one of Australia's greatest adventures, driving the Birdsville track. I've got my bets, I'm hoping to win, I don't know. I've not done so well lately, but here's hoping.